Hello, hello, hello. So we're like right now, like I said, I'm just clearing the energy, setting the vibes. I'm about to get into a reading, um, and see what messages is coming up from Hekate. Okay, so we are doing Hekate messages. If this does not align with you, then that is fine. That means that this is not your reading, and that's great. I do appreciate you for coming in. We're just clearing the space real quick. We're clearing the space real quick. This is some white sage. We're just clearing the space, giving some soft bells, because we're about to get into a Hekate reading. And the thing is, I want everybody to also have enough time to come in. So I'm also trying to create the vibe as everybody come in, because we're seeing what messages is coming from Hekate. What messages is coming up? Okay, so if you are familiar with Hekate energy, then you know that that is your shadow. This is where your shadow is. And sometimes it is hard to deal with your shadows, because when you are dealing with your shadows, this means that you have to come into a realization with the truth. Okay, you have to face something head on, and this might be something within yourself. Maybe it's something that you don't honestly want to see, right? And sometimes a lot of times our shadows really don't have anything to do with anyone else. This is me versus me, myself, and I. Okay, and so you could be battling something right now, and this could be a shadow aspect of yourself. So you can feel connected to this reading, then come on in. But this is dealing with your shadow aspect. So if you're familiar with shadow work, then this is what it is, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and get the reading in. And again, we're dealing with Hekate energy. So if this is not your reading and it does not align, then if you don't feel called, then don't make it fit. Do not make it fit. Okay. Working hard. I feel like you're somebody who has worked really hard, Divine One. And this could be even in your past, when it was not just your work, your literal work, but I feel like emotionally too. I feel like that you have put a lot into relationships. You have put a lot into businesses. You have put a lot into people emotionally. And God is saying it's time now that you go within. That you go within. Okay? It's now that you are now not giving up or removing yourself. For some of you, yes. Okay, I'm hearing I definitely am removing myself, right? And have removed myself. But I feel like that you are now tapping in with you. You're finally connecting with yourself, and you're not letting these self-limiting beliefs stop you anymore, right? Travel, you have a key. Embarking on journeys could be a path to wealth and abundance. Opportunities await in your world. I feel like you're somebody who wants to travel more, and this could even not just be in the physical, right? This is also emotionally. You don't want to just go outward. You want to go within. I feel like you're someone who does not say, I'm going to box myself into one religion. I'm going to box myself into one type of style. I'm going to box myself into one type of sound of music. It's like you are very versed. You like to put your hand in a few different things. And this is why Hekate love your energy, because you're not closed off and you're not subdued to certain type of things. You're saying, guess what? I'm going to make room for other people in other spaces, right? Freedom of time. There's a crown. The freedom to do whatever you want with the time that you have in your hand. ultimate abundance, okay? You are the master of your schedule. So I feel like some of you are creating something and you're developing something within yourself. And this is going to be something that's going to blossom into the ultimate freedom. I feel like that retirement, that's what we all want, right? To be able to sit back and to know that while we're sleeping, we're making money. And this is not just a physical, this is a mental. You had to create a new mind. You had to create a new mind. Maybe you came from a lack type of mindset, all right? Maybe you came from not having what you wanted growing up. And this could have created a type of echo where when you grew up, you kind of felt like, money is this and money is that, right? God had to come in and recreate your relationship with money, the way that you see money, not within outside, within yourself, right? And this is the ultimate freedom, right? Pressure. You have a clock. Be aware of how family influences and social pressures are influencing your career choices. So right now, it's not about, like I keep saying, it's not about going outward. This is an in thing. It's like your shadow is saying, I want you to sit down and really, really, really know what it is that you want to do. And why do you want to do it? Because you're going to have the opportunity to do something. Let me say that again. This is for somebody. You are going to have the opportunity to do something, finally, to be able to embark on something, right? This is going to create you the ultimate freedom. Maybe this is a mindset, divine one. Maybe it's the mindset of knowing that I don't have to rob Peter to pay Paul, and I don't have to do such and so to do this. I know that money is a frequency, right? I know that I am abundant, so abundance is attracted to me. This is a mindset. This is a travel. You had to travel, had to find a key within self, right? And this is what's creating you the ultimate freedom. Now, God is saying, but I want you to make sure you know what it is that you want to do. Because there's going to be something that is coming. There's going to be something that is being available to you. There is going to be something that Hekate is saying, I'm putting you right smack dab in the fork in the road where you have said, well, hey, guess what? I want something new for my life. I want the opportunity to be able to do this thing. I want the opportunity to be this new person. I want this opportunity to be able to cut away this old part of me. Hekate is saying, well, I'm putting you right there, smack dab, and shining a big torch on you and your version of self that you can be. Make sure that you know what it is that you want to do. So right now, you can be feeling like so many ideas is coming to me. Write those things down. Write those things down. Write them down, and because they are about to be able to be put in the cooker for creation. Okay? Counselor. Your compassionate nature makes you a good listener. Your advice is sought after, and you have a vulnerability to you. I feel like you are somebody that's very nurturing, Queen of Cups type of energy, right? You're somebody that's very compassionate. You could be a teacher, a mentor, a reader, a divine speaker like myself. You could be somebody who deals in a cult. You could be somebody who don't listen. Even if I have some type of advice, some type of, if I'm in a space with somebody and I have some type of advice to give them, then I'm going to help them along. You could just have always been that type of person, very compassionate, right? But I feel like there was a time where you were pouring all of your compassion into the wrong fucking cups. And let's just be real. The wrong cups. The wrong cup, sitting back saying, I'm going to pour into you, and I'm going to pour into you, and I'm going to pour into you. And there could have been people just like, okay, thank you, thank you, thank you. And God is now saying, listen to me. I still want you to do the service, of course. I want you to be a healer. I want you to be a teacher. I want you to be an educator, a nourisher. But I do not want you pouring into people where they are just taking everything you have, exhausting you, and now you have nothing for yourself. There was something you had to be removed from. And I feel like going back to the beginning, it's like you have always been this type of person where you had so much inside. You see this jar? So much inside. You see all this wealth is just locked inside. So much that was inside, and it's like you had to go through something to create you to go within. Like, I don't know who I'm talking to, but there is somebody that had to go through something, and it's like you don't even see that shit bad no more. It has literally changed your whole entire mindset and the way that you see things. That's what I'm saying. The travel card hits deep. It's like you are now saying, I know that the keys is within me, so I don't never have to search too fucking far. Who am I talking to? I know that the key is in me, so I know that I don't have to search far. I know that I don't have to do the type of shit that other people would do, and I don't have to do this, and I don't have to do that, because I know that it's within me. And this is what it's like everything that you've been through have shown you, wow, so this is what the fuck it was for. This was what it was for. And this is freedom. This is freedom. This is the divine freedom that you're sitting back now, because it's like you can now sit in a space and you're like, I know that you can't touch me. Return the sender to anybody, right? You're the type of person that you're like, I know Hekate walks with me, and I know that my divine protection is always swarming me. So if you even come over here with that, you've already dug yourself a whole hole. You're that type of person now. It's like you don't even, you're removed from what was, because you're now focused on what needs to happen. What do I need to do now? How do I get in focus? How do I get, and this is where you're at. You're now in the fork in the road of your transformation. You're now at the fork in your road as your transformation. This is your wow, your gotcha moment. Some of you are now saying, I get it now. I get it now. I was never supposed to be in that circle. I was never supposed to be in that relationship. I was never supposed to be at that job. I was never supposed to do this. I was supposed to, yes, be a nurturer, be a counselor, be somebody that is a healer, right? But don't sit here and exhaust all of yourself for people that don't give a flying fuck. And this is what Spirit taught you. Let's get some more cards. Look, at the bottom of the deck, promotion. Some of you are being promoted, and it's because of your mindset. Like, it's because of your mindset. You're now in a space where you are like, your energy is too supernova to a lot of these entities can't even fuck with you no more. You sit in a space where you do the shadow work. You're not afraid of your shadows. You're not afraid of your shadows. You get down in the low so that you can stay in the high. Who am I speaking to? There's 5 people. Come on. You get down in the low so you can box out and know how it is to get from that space to go back up. How can you ever get to a space of peace of mind if you have never been through the worst? This is what you're now starting to understand. It was all for a higher purpose. All for a higher purpose. Let's get some more cards. And I love this for you. I love this for you. Focus. Next key. Some of you can be seeing keys. Some of you can have a key tatted on you. Okay. Some of you could deal with Hekate. Okay. If you do, put that in there. Flame holder. Okay, so you can literally be having feathers come to you. Birds can be very significant. The number 3, 3, 13, 7. Okay, all of this can be very significant. All of this can be very significant, okay? Some of you are your protection energy workers. Some of you could have like been inspired by Reiki. You could feel like, I want to do something with energy work. Okay, I want to do something where I'm working with people like a humanitarian. But there could have always been this thing where you could have felt like it's just people always feel, I just feel like people don't like me. I feel like their energy, it's like something doesn't ever click right. I've always felt like the black sheep of the family. That is that Hekate energy. Definitely the witch hanging. Oh, you're not what I am, so now I'm going to throw stones at you. This could have always been because you never wanted to go with everything else, because you never want to follow suit, be uniform, and do what everybody else done. It's always been classified as, oh, you try to do too much, or this and this and that. But it's never been that. That's just you. That's just you, Divine One. Just because somebody else want to go to the store and show up in a bonnet and some sweatpants, nothing wrong with that. But I'm just saying, don't mean that if you get dressed up and feel good about yourself and you want to dress all the way up, that person wearing the bonnet and the sweatpants probably felt like, shit, I want to just wear this. Good. And you probably felt like, I want to dress up. Good. That is you. You've always just been extra. And it's like people feel like you do that on purpose or this and this and that, but that is the torch. That is the light. You've always been different. That's just you. And it's because you were supposed to stand out. And I feel like that whoever I'm talking to, because right now I'm just straight up channeling, whoever I'm talking to is like, you have never at first, okay? Because this could even be at first energy. You never really noticed that you had that in you. It's like you noticed, but you kind of was like, let me put that to the back because that's the thing that keeps people from really want to connect with me. Maybe me being myself, maybe me being out there, maybe me being whatever is creating people to not really want to F with me. So let me put that to the back of me. Let me not show up as hard as I do. Let me not dress as cute as I do, or as expressive as I do, or as fine or handsome as I do. Let me not stand out musically. Let me not stand out intelligently. Let me not put... You've always really wanted to dial yourself down because you felt like, oh, it's fringing on the people around. But that was never what you were supposed to do. And I'm feeling like you're now coming into where I know that. I know that. I get that now. Okay? Put some torches in the comments. I know that now. I get that now. Right? Who am I speaking to? I get the fact that I have always been and so have supposed to have been different. Always. We were not made to be the same. You know, and if you never wanted to be like everybody else, then shit, that's your prerogative. Let's get some more cards. Passive income and excitement. The best money is made while you sleep. Didn't I say that? I think I said that. Like, you want to make money while you sleep, and I feel like this is what's happening for you. This is the energy. It's like everything that I put out that I know that is coming back in. Everything that is for me is coming to me easily. It's like you're now saying your affirmations. You're now doing things like that. You're now like, you know what? I know that I'm well. I know that I'm well protected. I know that I'm well to be able to express myself creatively. I know that I am well. You have some prior contracts and containments that still need to be fulfilled before you can completely move on to the next stage of your journey. So I feel like there could be something that you have been putting to the side. And this is what I keep saying, the shadow work that keeps coming up. I feel like there could be something that you've been trying to put to the side and you've not really dealt with and put it out there. Maybe it could be the income, because that keeps coming up. That keeps coming up. Maybe it's the mindset wrapped around the income. Okay? Maybe it's the fact that you feel those things happening again, where you had those self-limiting beliefs. Right? This could be something that you feel like, well, damn, I've worked on that. Like, maybe there's something that you're trying to create and it's like a little doubt that's coming up. I'm not saying a lie. right? But there could be something that's coming up and it's kind of pinching you. And it's like, Hekate is like, hello, get over here. We need to do some damn shadow work. Hello. You know, and this is what could be sitting in the back. And I feel like for some of you, that's what that energy could be like. Man, is it going to be, will it? It's like those are the questions that you need to sit with yourself and say, well, where is this coming from? Where is this coming from? Thank you for everybody who's coming in. I appreciate all the love. I appreciate you. Where is this coming from? Where is this thought of me not being able to coming from? So this could definitely be something that Hekate is definitely like, listen, I need you to, we're right there. We are right there. It's like your coach is saying, come on, we gotta look. I need you to get in the game. I need you to get in the game. You get what I'm saying? And it's like, you could feel that nudge of, I need to do the shadow work. I need to do the shadow work. And some of you could even be scared of that. What does that mean? What does that mean? What does that feel like to go into shadow work? Going into shadow work for me was the best thing that I ever did for my spiritual path, because it started to shine a light on those thoughts that I needed to unblock and realign for within myself, right? I feel like that sometimes we are running from the thing, but sometimes you have to face the thing straight up, you know? And I feel like that Hekate only calls those who are ready, and she only calls those who are strong and capable. So if right now you are even being nudged that we need to do the shadow work, that we need to sit down and that we need to talk, and I need you to come to me and let's work, then baby, that is a damn compliment. And that's a honor, because that is the moment of your turning point of, you know, fuck it. I am what I am, and I choose what I choose, and I don't give a fuck no more, and this is what it is, and this is how it's going to be. And that's that moment. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that a lot of us, because of the way that when we were young, the way that we were brought up, raised, right? Especially if you come from the 90s, you have been in a space of trauma, right? And there are things that you had to separate yourself from. Just because you remove yourself away from a person and a thing or place does not mean that the mindset and the echo responses of what was left over is not still in there, right? Because now you have been conditioned by all the damn abuse of the words and the treatment and even the belittling now of what you believe with everything that's been said around you. So now you believe that too, right? And so you start to pour onto yourself right along with everyone else. And it starts to create an abused mind to where you can lose self. You can lose self for a really long time. And this can put you into a state where you are now unsure of your path, unsure of what you're supposed to be doing, unsure of the people around you. How can you make good money? Because you unsure of how to do that. It's like everything is coming up unsure, and it's all because of the fact that you're running from the thing instead of facing the thing head on. What is it? Right? And this is that Hekate energy. Sitting down and going deep. Okay? Experiment came out. I thought it said excitement. Experiment. When you find yourself feeling indecisive about which direction to go, don't be afraid to experiment with multiple options to figure out what works for you. Okay, look, this is what we're just talking about. I feel like that maybe some of you came from a religious mindset, just like myself, where you could have, like when Hekate energy started coming, and I started feeling that energy, I was just like, this is crazy. And I have to be honest, because that's what her energy tells me to do. Be honest when you speak, you know, because those who need to connect with the message will come. And that's the reason why I'm doing this. Because those who need this message, you will hear it. And those who do not need it, then it will pass you by. When I started connecting with her energy, first of all, because I'm a melanated, woman, I felt like, I felt so foreign from this. But this connection has been the best connection of my life, going deep and going into my shadows instead of running, knowing how to face things head on, knowing how to create courage within self, not letting those self-limiting beliefs stag me down, and working on courage and love within self. All of those things is Hekate's energy, and it's so beautiful. And I know a lot of people depict her as this dark thing, but it's not that. And there's so much more than that. And it's an energy that can definitely push you into a self that you feel like, you know what, why did I wait so long? Why did I wait so long to cut certain shit out of my life? Why did I wait so long to remove certain thoughts? Why did I wait so long to find the courage and faith? And this is what you gain when you go into your shadow work. A lot of people will say, well, what's the placebo? What's the answer? There is no gimmick. There's doing the work and doing the work. The work is going in yourself and literally asking yourself those deep-seated questions and get into those hardcore things that have been keeping you down to the bottom of yourself. And a lot of people don't even know how to do that. How do you do that? Well, this is why I am also a spiritual coach, right? And it's because knowing that there are people out there who need help with that. They need help with that. They need help to know how do I do this? How do I do shadow work? How do I get to the point of knowing how to get over certain things and to get past certain things? Because those things could be the things that's driving you for the rest of your life. Like, I don't know if you ever seen the movie Banger Sisters. I think it's Bagger Sisters or Banger Sisters. Okay, it's two friends, and they go on the road. They used to, the band. They used to be the groupies of the bands, okay? And so they go on the road, and there's this woman, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen it. There's this one of the Banger Sisters, she finds, this man, and he is also traveling. They start traveling together, and she finds out that he wants to, unalive his father. And so the whole trip, she's just like, oh my goodness, you want to unalive your father? She comes to find out that his father has been gone. Been gone. She pulls up and finds him at a cemetery, and he's walking outside with his briefcase and a weapon in it, and talking about, I'm about to unalive my father. And she's like, your father is gone. I did the research, and your father's not even here anymore. It's because it was in his head. Sometimes you can carry things within inside of yourself. Like, he wanted to take himself out. Moral of the story is this. He wanted to take himself out, right? He felt like, I can't even be around anymore because now the thoughts that is carrying with me, they're stuck to me. It's like, I can't surpass this. There's a lot of people who don't know how to get out of that mindset, that stuck mindset that tells you that I am not capable of doing this, or I cannot do this. But Hekate's energy is saying that maybe there's something that you need to do, right? And I strongly feel like the message is giving shadow work, okay? Let's get two more cards, okay? We got 3. These are the last 3 cards. Host, self-care, and entrepreneur, okay? So these are the last cards that came out. Host says, whether your space is physical or digital, you could find a lot of fulfillment in being a host. And this came out in one of the readings that I posted. So you can really find favor in going to watch one of the videos that I posted. I think I have a bonnet on because I had just woke up and Hekate was like, give this message. So go watch that, okay? So host. Some of you could be being called to do something, to develop something, to create something, to host something, right? So simple as the title. Maybe, like I said in my video, you could be an Airbnb host, or maybe you're being called to be an Airbnb host. You could feel like, well, I really don't want to put myself out there like that, but God could be saying, this is the moment, do it. Step out, Maybe you want to host something like a retreat or something. Maybe you want to start going up on social media, Maybe you want to start building community. Maybe You want to start being more hostly, having people come over more, not being so bottled up within inside of yourself. God is saying that you will find a lot of fulfillment in that. Okay, some of you can be called to be like hosts, people that put together things and host certain events and put together like packages and stuff for people. Self-care. That's the next card that came out, and that was a key. If you want to live like royalty, start by treating yourself like royalty. So a lot of you can be being called to go into your self-care maintenance a little bit more. You could have been finding yourself feeling like, I need to fast, I need to eat better. This is all Hekate's energy. It's like something is being rebirthed and it's like your skin is being torn off and you're like refinding yourself. I'm trying to think of the damn word. Something. Okay? It's like you're coming into a new skin. That's what I'll say. And it's like you're starting to remove things that's no longer serving you. Maybe if you had a really bad eating habit. Maybe if you smoked a lot. Maybe if you drank a lot. Maybe if you talk too damn much. You start to mind your business and drink your water and just stay in peace and harmony. Maybe if you were really bad to your health, you're starting to book doctor's appointments, or maybe you're saying, I'm being a little bit more holistic when it comes to things. I'm drinking more teas. I'm going into tinctures. Maybe you're boosting up your self-care. And this is another key. Okay, so you have 3 keys, and that's Hekate. 1, 2, 3, right? You have the travel, right? Some of you could be being called to travel. Maybe your spirit is saying, book a trip. And you're like, right now I can't afford it. But God is saying, book that trip. Because if you book this trip, this can lead you to more possibilities, right? Embarking on a new journey could be the path to wealth. So you booking this thing or saying, I'm going to do this thing, or traveling more, getting out there more, doing more things that create you to be out there, this is going to create great wealth. First key, right? Experiment. Second key. When you find yourself feeling indecisive about which direction to go, don't be afraid to experiment with multiple options to figure out what works for you, right? So don't just be in a box. This is what I say about myself. I'm not going to limit myself to one religion. I'm not going to limit myself to one belief. I'm not going to limit myself to one mindset or thought. And if that's what you do, that's what you do. I don't fringe. I will never pick at your fence, so don't pick at mine. That's how I feel, right? We are not the same. So of course we're not going to think the same. I'm not going to think like you, and you're not going to think like me, but that's what makes the world beautiful, because we do not think the damn same. And I feel like that is what everything is supposed to be. But for some reason, it's like the world wants to create everything to be so robotic and so uniform. I am definitely not uniform. Nah. And the thing is a lot of people will say the things that I do, oh, it's dark and it's this and it's that. But if it's not your cup of tea, then you shouldn't watch. You can easily swipe and remove yourself. You can even block me. So you definitely don't even have to see me. But God is saying that for the people that I am touching and the people that I am putting myself out there and we're building community, then this is your experiment. Maybe you're new to all of this. That's how I was. It all starts out you being new to something, and then you're saying, wow, I have to open up my mindset to this, and I have to know that, okay, God is in everything, and everything is God. So I'm not going to push off what you are, and I'm not going to push off what you are, all because I am what I am. No. I know that I'm not bigger than the program. None of us are. And so that could be the experiment within yourself, knowing that I am going to make room for multiple things, right? This could be in creating different options. Maybe you're saying, I just want to do this, right? And God is saying, no, maybe you should throw out a few things. I don't know who that's for. Maybe you should do a few. Don't just do one, just more. Because there might be a little bit extra, right? I don't know who that's for. The third key is self-care. If you want to live like royalty, start by treating yourself like royalty. This could become to your health. This could be the way that you express yourself. This could be the way that you pour into yourself. Okay, how do you center yourself? How are you grounding? How are you connecting? Right? For all of you that's throwing me hearts and all of that, thank you so much. I get into it, I'll start talking. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you. Entrepreneur. This is your last card. Entrepreneur, right? And I'm going to post this whole video. So if you didn't get to see the whole thing, if you had to leave and come back, then it's on there. Entrepreneur. As an entrepreneur, you will truly have an opportunity to discover yourself in all of your potential. I feel like that this is why God is saying, don't just be, throw out one thing, throw out a few. You have 3 jars and you have 3 keys, right? There is multiple opportunities for success. You have keys all within yourself. But the first thing you have to do, for some of you, and some of you had to do because you already did it, was remove the mindset off of your finances. Remove the mindset off of your finances. Some of you have had that type of mindset your entire life. It was on your grandma's grandma and your granddaddy. Let's go ahead and cleanse that out. Right? And you could have had that same type of mindset. But I feel like that now you're the type of person where you're like this. I'm not even doing certain things for funds anymore. Right? This is how I am with my spiritual coaching. I'm not even charging with my spiritual coaching right now because I really want God to, universe and God to lead me to who I'm supposed to connect to so that I can help them. Seriously, because I know that God is always going to take care of me and I'm always going to be good. And it's some of you who are now inside that type of mindset. You're like this. I know that I'm well. I know that I'm good. I know that I'm going to be okay. I'm going to be more than okay. I'm going to be great. Right? And there's something that had to be removed off your mindset because I think that for a lot of you, you didn't have that mindset at the beginning. Like literally connect with me in the comments so I can see that I'm connecting. There are some of you that you did not have that mindset before. You did not have that mindset. The trained mindset of, oh, you can't do this or we can't do that or we can't. It was like, damn, why can't we? You know what I'm saying? And it was to the point where you kind of took that on. Maybe you were that same type of person after a while. You started noticing like, this is not working for me. And God had to even come in and start shing-a-ling-a-ling. This ain't work for your ancestor. It didn't work for your mom, your father, or whoever before you. So this is something that you have to remove. And I think that you have to know that the abundance is always within inside of me. The keys have always been inside of me. Thank you for being guided. The keys have always been inside of you, Divine One. And it's like that you had to definitely figure that out. And it's like, for some of you, you went through a really long journey, did you not? Some of you woke up to what spell work was, how do you learn about it, and all that because of the fact that was being done to you. Right? Hekate energy. Hekate energy. Same with my story. Go on my page and you'll see my entire story. I talk all about it. Right? Waking up knowing that, this is happening to me. And and everybody is going to look at me like I'm crazy because it's being purposely done in that way to make it look like that. I call it Kanye West syndrome. Okay? People trying to do certain shit and you sitting back and they're like, hello, no, I know for a fact because, I'm tapped in, and it's like, no, it's being done to be made that way. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that was also the Hekate hanging, I call it the witch hanging energy, that witch hanging energy where you felt like, oh, I'm being persecuted because I'm standing up for myself, right? Some of you didn't do shit, but just stand up. Finally say, I don't want this relationship. Finally, Hekate's light lit a torch to the fact that shit was happening in your life. The roads opened up. You started to figure out that this company is cheating me out of money, or oh, they're promoting other people that's lower than me because they have a vendetta against me or whatever. Or you was in a family and people were doing all types of shit. You found out people were actually putting you in all types of spell work and doing all types of things. This is a Hekate energy. You finding out that people are literally trying to hang you, right? Because you stood up and finally chose you. Maybe you said, hey, you know what? I'm tired of being the enabler. I'm not going to sit here and give you free advice no more. I don't want to give you right? Very strong. Hekate energy, very strong. I don't want to sit here and give you free advice anymore. Now, if you want my advice, I'm a spiritual coach. Book me, right? Some of you started putting respect under your name. You started saying, I am going to now separate myself from this. I'm putting a dagger to all of the bull, and I'm now turning around and I'm choosing me, and I'm standing in the mirror like Michael Jackson, and I'm looking at myself and I'm saying, baby, we got to make the change. Because how in the hell can I continue to sit here and choose everybody else and I'm never choosing me? Right? And then the first time you say, guess what? I don't want this anymore. I want to choose something different. I don't want to do this anymore. Now everybody want to slaughter you. Oh, this, that, and the third. That is the Hekate energy. And I feel like a lot of you can resonate with that. Tap in. A lot of you can resonate with that. Walking away from a 7-year friendship. Exactly. And noticing that at first it could have been hard, right? And I don't even know if this is it still hard for you, or are you past it? Because that's the Hekate energy. Finding out that stuff have happened, but now, oh my goodness, how strong I am. Noticing, right, that I didn't even have that energy to be able to sit back and do that thing. So this had to come from some type of inner strength. This had to come from some type of inner strength, seriously. Shadow work. Hekate's energy is dealing with the shadow work. The side of you that you have not been dealing with, the side of yourself that you tell yourself, I don't want to deal with, or maybe I don't want to face on, I don't want to meet at the fork in the road. This is that moment. This is the moment for you to finally, yes, do the shadow work. And it's a beautiful thing. It's very emotional. I would never, that's why I create community. And the reason why I create community, because as a flame holder, you are definitely a healer. You're a healer. And you're being taken into the dark so you can always know how to get your way back to the light. Does that make sense? No problem, Heather. Does that make sense? If you know your pathway from the dark to the light, you'll always be in your light. You're going to have to know that, guess what? Light and dark is a thing. Okay. Light and dark is a thing. There's light and there's dark. You can't just say, oh, let me stay in my light. Let me stay in my light. Let me stay in my life. You're going to have bad days. You're going to have things that happen to you. You're going to have moments of weakness. You're going to have those moments where you feel like, I don't feel sure about myself, but that's for you to go inside the dark, do the shadow work, and to get yourself right back to the damn light. That's shadow work. And that is for the strong. It ain't for the weak. That's why a lot of people try to do, like, let me try to do the cheat. Let me try to do the cheat. That's great, Sarah. That is great. That is great. Like, people start saying, oh, let me try to do the cheat. There is no cheat. There's always going to be something with it. It's either you do it the right way. And if you're getting messages, you can also be seeing spiders. Hekate has even came to me in owls. Okay, I have even been, gifted the grace of being like able to capture owls. In 3 major moments in my life, I've seen owls. Yes, that is a sign, like, especially creatively. And it also tells to how you are. A spider can make a home anywhere. So knowing that you are the type of person that even if you live here, you live there, home will always be well, and home is going to be abundant, and home is you're never going to want for anything, because a spider eats insects. It never wants. So that's the type of energy that you take from the spider. I am a creative person. I will never want for nothing, and everything comes to me in the fullness thereof. Okay? And snakes, seeing snakes, also represents transition, the skinning. Like, sometimes you will find skin. I remember I found the snake skin and I was happy. I was happy because I'm like, oh, wow, I'm shedding. I'm coming out of my new self into a new, A lot of these things, people will say, oh, these are bad, dark omens. Not everything, listen, everything that is light has dark, and everything that has darkness have light. Like, I really wish people would get that. Shadow work is important. It's important. It's really important, because how are you going to stay in your light? Because shit is going to happen, right? And then when shit happens, then what you going to do? Right? What are you going to do? How do you go back to centering? How do you go back into knowing how to create peace for yourself again? How do you go back to big yourself up with creating those reset of their minds and putting those affirmations back into place? How do you do that? It is a constant thing that you have to do all the time. All the time. And when you're traveling with Hekate, please know that you are protected. No weapon that is trying to happen will ever happen, because you are being protected. You have an army around you, right? Because right now you're in cocooning energy. You are in a space where you are being developed and you're being created. But you have to know that in here. That's also a mindset. That's also a mindset. I used to be to the point where I didn't even want to get on live, right? Because I felt like, oh my goodness, I feel like if this person might see it, this person might, who gives a damn? Spirit is saying, I need you to do this work because this is what I want you to do. And if you're sitting back and you're not doing the damn job, then what are we sending you the messages for? What are you getting all this for when I need you to pour into the people? That is the trickery. For you to believe that you can't do the thing so it won't get done. How can you create community if you're not getting the thing done? And that's what these self-limiting beliefs do. They create you to never want to get the hell up and to do the thing. Oh, it's always, I don't have, oh, I can't, or I don't see. No, stop putting that out there and see. Okay, so right now, right? The main thing, the main goal is to get to whatever it is. But how do you create these small action steps to now get you to that main goal? Okay, how do you get to the main goal? You might say, hey, I need a new job. But if you're sitting up, I need a new job, I need a new job, I need a new job, but you're not doing nothing about it, how are you going to get to the new job, right? You can do all the petitions. You can call up spirit. You can create the candles. You can do X, Y, Z. But if you're not getting up now and saying, I'm going to now put the application out and do my part, what can spirit literally do with that? What can spirit literally do with that? And this is a trained mindset. It's resetting the mindset. Resetting the mindset. But I went all the way over, y'all. I didn't start talking. Literally, I want y'all to go check out my videos that I just posted about shadow work. Somebody is in need to do some really deep-seated shadow work. You have it in you. Hekate is literally saying you have everything that it takes. Thank you. You have everything that it takes. Everything that it takes to get to where you need to get to and achieve what you need. If you are looking for a community, then my name is Amethyst, and I am so happy to have you over here with the flame holders, because that's what we are. Okay? We are lighting shit up, and we are holding our lanterns, and we are lighting shit up within ourselves and together with each other. Okay? Creating a community. Why? Because this shit takes teamwork. This shit takes teamwork to reset and to know how to get past some of these shadow points within ourselves where we have felt like, I can't get through. It's okay. I've been there too. Comment down below if this was your reading. Peace.